All right, so you really want to step up your marketing game. Well, today we're taking a deep dive into something you might not expect, the powerful combo of email marketing and CRM.
Yeah, we've got excerpts from this business essay, and it makes this kind of surprising argument. They're saying these two things aren't just tools. They're like the secret sauce to unlocking some serious marketing magic if you use them together.
Yeah, that's right. This essay really digs into how these two systems, they seem kind of separate at first, but they can actually create the synergy that completely changes how you engage with your customers and ultimately how your business grows, you know?
All right, so the essay starts off by tackling this whole idea that email is like a dinosaur. It's
Uh-huh.
outdated, right? But it's arguing that email is still super powerful. We just need to think about it in a new way.
Yeah, they use this great analogy in the essay. It says email is like a Swiss Army knife, not just a rusty old letter opener. Most people only use it for basic newsletters, but it can do so much more. I like where this is going. Okay, so how do we start using email more strategically? Like, what's the right approach? Well, the essay breaks down some core components of what makes email marketing really work.
So the foundation of it all is building a quality email list. It's not about having a massive list, but about attracting the right people, the ones who are genuinely interested in what you offer. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. But having the right people on your list is just the beginning, right?
Oh, absolutely. The next step is segmentation. So you're dividing your list into smaller, more focused groups. You can do this based on demographics, past purchases, or even how they behave on your website. The goal is to send super targeted messages that resonate with each specific group.
Oh, okay. So instead of blasting everyone with the same boring newsletter, you're sending tailored content that feels more personal and relevant. I can definitely see how that would be way more effective.
Exactly. And that's where the essay gets into some really interesting tactics. For example, it talks about using data from your CRM to trigger personalized email sequences. And these are based on specific actions that your customer takes.
Hold on, let's break that down for a second. We haven't really talked about CRM yet. What is a CRM and how does it fit into all this?
So think of a CRM as the brain of your customer interactions. It's where all your customer data lives, contact info, purchase history, website activity, even stuff like their social media interactions. Having all of this information in one place gives you incredible insights into their behavior and preferences.
Okay, so it's like having a detailed profile for each customer. But how do you actually turn that into actionable strategies for email marketing?
All right, well, imagine this. Someone visits your website,
Hmm.
and they browse a specific product category, let's say hiking gear. Their CRM profile captures that activity right. And then you can set up an automated email sequence that sends them a curated selection of hiking gear, maybe even some helpful tips or reviews.
So you're not just guessing what they might be interested in. You're using their actual behavior to send them laser-focused content. That's pretty amazing.
Exactly. And it gets even deeper than that. Let's say someone adds stuff to their shopping cart, but then they abandon it. They leave the site. The CRM can automatically trigger an email reminding them about those items, maybe even offering a little discount to nudge them towards completing the purchase.
So this is starting to sound like email marketing on autopilot, but in like a really good way.
That's the power of automation, my friend. It lets you deliver the right message to the right person at the right time, all without you having to lift a finger. And when you combine that with those detailed customer insights from your CRM, the possibilities are pretty much endless.
I'm starting to see how powerful this combination can be. But before we go too far down the rabbit hole, I'm curious about CRM in and of itself. The essay mentions some pretty compelling benefits, and it's not all about email marketing, right?
You're right. It does.
Hmm.
One of the biggest advantages of a CRM is how it helps you really understand your customers, like on a much deeper level. Imagine having a complete profile of each customer. You can see their preferences, buying habits, even their pain points.
Okay, so it's not just about blasting them with marketing messages. It's about using all of that knowledge to actually improve their overall experience with your brand, right?
Exactly. For example, a CRM can really empower your customer service team. Help them provide more efficient and effective support. Let's say a customer calls in with a problem. The rep can instantly pull up their entire history, all their past purchases, previous support tickets, even notes from other team members.
So instead of starting from square one every time, they can pick up the conversation right where it left off and provide a more seamless experience. That's got to be huge for customer satisfaction.
It is. And a CRM can also have a big impact on your sales process. It can automate a lot of tasks, track leads, and manage opportunities, which just makes your sales team more efficient and productive.
So it's kind of like having a cheat sheet for understanding your customers better. and anticipating their needs, whether it's through marketing, customer service, or sales.
That's a great way to put it. And this brings us to the real heart of it all. That magical synergy that happens when you integrate your email marketing platform with your CRM.
All right, let's dive into that. What are some specific examples of how this integration works in practice? I'm guessing this is where things get really interesting.
It does get interesting. When these two systems are talking to each other, you can achieve some seriously impressive results. Imagine someone signs up for your newsletter through a form on your website.
Okay, pretty standard stuff.
Right. But here's where the magic happens. Their information is instantly captured by your CRM, and then it triggers a welcome email sequence. But these aren't just generic thanks for subscribing messages.
Oh, so what kind of emails are we talking about here?
Well, these emails could introduce your brand story, highlight your best-selling products, or even offer a personalized discount code based on what the customer's interested in, which, remember, the CRM already knows from their website activity.
So you're providing value right from the start and setting the stage for a more personalized relationship. Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Exactly. And it doesn't stop there. Let's say a customer makes their first purchase. The CRM logs that purchase, and it can trigger another email sequence, maybe recommending complimentary products or suggesting they sign up for a loyalty program.
This is wild. So you're essentially nurturing that customer relationship every step of the way, using data to guide your communication.
Precisely. And because you're using all that CRM data, you can personalize these emails to a crazy degree. Address them by name, reference their past purchases, or even recommend products based on their location or the time of year.
So it's not just about sending more emails, it's about sending smarter emails. Emails that are tailored to each individual customer. The essay really emphasizes moving beyond that transactional mindset, focusing on actually building relationships. It seems like this integration really helps with that.
It absolutely does. This level of personalization makes customers feel seen and understood, which builds trust and loyalty. And that's where the real magic happens. You're not just selling products or services, you're building a community of loyal customers who are really invested in your brand.
That makes a lot of sense. And speaking of seeing and understanding, the essay also talks about measuring success. We can't have a deep dive without talking about data.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's not enough to just send emails. You need to know what's working and what's not. The
Yeah.
essay highlights the importance of tracking key metrics like open rates, click-through rates, and conversions.
So we're using data not only to personalize the emails, but also to analyze and refine our strategy as we go.
Exactly. Think of it as a feedback loop.
Yeah.
You send out an email campaign, you track the results, and then you use that data to make your next campaign even better. It's all about constantly refining and optimizing.
This is giving me a whole new perspective on the power of data-driven marketing. You're not just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. You're making smart decisions based on actual customer behavior.
And that's what sets the successful email marketers apart from the rest. That ability to look at the data, understand what it's telling you, and then adjust your approach. It's crucial in today's world. Things are changing so fast.
We've covered a lot of ground here, from the basics of email marketing and CRM to this incredible synergy that happens when you combine them. But before we wrap up, the essay ends with a pretty thought-provoking question, and I want to throw it out to you.
All right, I'm all ears. Hit me with it.
The essay asks, what will you do with this knowledge? How will you use email marketing and CRM to build those lasting relationships with your customers?
Yeah, and what's really cool is that this journey of constantly getting better, it never really ends. As you gather more data and learn more about your customers, you can keep refining your strategies and pushing the limits of what's possible with email marketing and CRM.
Right. It's not just a set it and forget it kind of thing. You're always learning and adapting as you go.
Exactly, and that's what makes it so fun. There's always something new to discover, a new way to connect with your audience, a new strategy to try out.
That actually reminds me of this story from the essay about the small business owner. They used email marketing and CRM to totally turn their business around. They were having trouble competing with bigger companies, but they realized they had this secret advantage. They really understood their customers.
Oh yeah, the essay said they used their CRM to figure out who their most loyal customers were. And then they created a special email campaign just for them. It had things like exclusive discounts, early access to new products, and even handwritten thank you notes.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. It sounds like they really went the extra mile to make their customers feel appreciated.
They did.
Hmm.
And it totally paid off. Their loyal customers became even more engaged, and they started telling everyone about their business. Their sales just took off, and they were able to find their own special place in a really crowded market.
That's a perfect example of how email marketing and CRM can be used to build those strong relationships and drive real growth for your business. It's not just about sending out a bunch of promotional emails, it's about creating experiences that connect with people on a personal level.
And that's a lesson we can all take away from this.
Hmm.
No matter how big or small our business is or what industry we're in, the power of personalized communication and using data to understand your customers, it applies to everyone.
Yeah, I completely agree. So, to our listener out there, if you're feeling inspired to take your email marketing and CRM to the next level, I have one last piece of advice for you from the essay. Don't be afraid to experiment.
That's so important. I think we often get stuck in doing things the right way, following all the best practices and industry standards. But sometimes the best ideas come from trying something totally new and different.
Right? Try new things, test different approaches, and don't worry about making mistakes. Every time you try something new, it's a chance to learn and get better.
And remember, the most important thing is to always keep your customers in mind. What do they want? What do they need? How can you use email marketing and CRM to give them a better experience?
If you keep that as your main focus, you'll be on the right track. You'll start building those strong customer relationships that will benefit both your business and your customers.
Well, everyone, that about wraps up our deep dive into the world of email marketing and CRM. We hope you enjoyed the journey and pick up some valuable insights along the way.
And remember, the real learning starts now. Take what you've learned and apply it to your own business, and watch as those customer relationships start to grow and flourish.
Until next time, happy marketing.